Ladies and germs, it is your friend Raza is retro, and I hope everyone is remaining retro. Raza Fight Series Super Street Fighter 2. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last episode for the Super Street Fighter 2 edition. We have come to our final character, the one and only Edmund Honda, E Honda. Raza is E Honda, and we get a special picture via Street Fighter 6, not Super Street Fighter 6. I got that picture from Street Fighter 6. I thought I would include it because E Honda is our last character, so he gets that special treatment and no one else. Raza Fight Series, for those that don't know, we play as every single character in that particular fighting game. We try to see how many wins we can get with one life on standard difficulty, and the character that we end up with the most wins with will be deemed our character for that game. As it stands, Raza is Ryu, which means Ryu is the character that we have the most wins with, which in this case is 7. Is it surprising? No, not for me, because again, as a kid, he was my favorite character. Growing up, he was. I've mentioned it before. It was later on in life where I got love for Blanca. But Ryu was probably the character that I've used the most in my life. Usually when I play a new Street Fighter game, or any sort of game that has Street Fighter characters, Ryu will probably be the first character that I select because he's fairly easy to use. If you compare him to some of the other characters. So for me, it's not shocking. I did suspect that I would get more wins with Ryu and some other characters, but it turns out that I've overestimated myself, and I did not counter the fact that I'm getting old, people. It's I mean, now I know what some of you are thinking. Oh, well, rather you're 35, you're not that. But after 30, things start going downhill, and clearly, with my gaming abilities, it has gone quite downhill. When I was younger, when I was a kid, I was a lot better. I was never elite or world class, but I was definitely a lot better. If I did this when I was a young kid or a young teen, I'm sure with Ryu, I probably could have gotten maybe 9 or 10 wins. I won't say I would beat the game on one life. I don't think I would be able to do that, but maybe get to like at least Sagat or Vega at most. But clearly, the skills are starting to diminish. But it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Super Street Fighter 2, is a game that's very special to me, right? As you guys know, the channel is a tribute for my brother Sean. And Raza Fight Series, per se, I mean, it doesn't have to do anything with Sean per se, right? Particularly if we're being honest, but believe me, every character that I was playing as, I was picturing Sean next to me. Because that's how it was, for most of the part. Whether if I was playing against him or if I was going up against the computer, a lot of times, we would be watching each other play as well. Obviously, there'd be some times where there was no one. It was just, either me playing by myself, no one watching, or him playing by himself, no one watching, or whatever the case was. But there was a lot of times that, he would be just watch me play and make fun of me whenever I would play bad. Obviously, it's banter, but he did find a way to annoy me when I would play, which was pretty funny now that I think about it. And I would kill to, I would do anything to have him here again, and just make fun of my gameplay. And even when I would play well, he would encourage me as well. He'd say like, "Yo, that's good stuff, man. Keep it up." So yeah, it brought back a lot of memories of just having him next to me, having my sister, my sister as well. She would play with us too sometimes and watch a bit. But it brought back a lot of memories, and I think that's really one of the main reasons why I loved this particular series. aside from obviously the great interactions, the silliness that I brought into it with some of the commentating and whatnot. Um, but it really comes down to the memories, and that's why games like Super Street Fighter 2, Super Double Dragon, Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart, just to name a few, obviously. Those games will always have a special place in my heart. I remember I was saying it to my kids the other day that I said, your memories are the most important thing. I said, tomorrow, if I have nothing, God forbid, let's say I lose everything, the memories I have, I'll never lose those. They'll always be there. Um, and, you know, when you have memories with someone that was very special to you and they're no longer there, well, then those memories become even more special. And it's good to sit down and remember the good old times. I know sometimes people will be like, oh, don't do that, or don't live in the past, or anything like that, but I would disagree. And obviously I could be wrong, but from my own experience, when I sit down, when I think about certain things, whether if they make me laugh, smile, cry, whatever the case is, um, they help me. It helps me with my present, and I would like to think, I'd like to say that, or I'd like to think rather, excuse me, that it will even help me with my future. Sitting down and remembering the past, it's never a bad thing, um, especially if it's memories you have of somebody that was important to you and is no longer with you. So when it comes to the Raza fight series, um, I will still continue the series, of course, and I will be looking to play more, fighting games. I'll mix it up. Sometimes there'll be games that I grew up with, that I have experience with, such as Super Street Fighter 2 as an example. Um, and then it might even be games that I have very little experience with, or no experience at all. And I think when I come to those games, that will be quite funny to see how bad I do there. But when it comes to this one, it has been great. It has been fantastic. The love and support I got for this has been really, really great. I'm so happy a lot of people have enjoyed it. Um, and I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone. When it comes to Raza Izzy Honda, we finish off with 3 wins. And when it comes to the Raza Fight Series for Super Street Fighter 2, it has been confirmed that Raza is not E Honda, Raza is not Ken, Raza is not Guile, Raza is not Chun-Li, Cammy, he's not Zangief, he's not T-Hawk, DJ, or Fei Long, he's not Balrog, Dalsim, Vega, or M. Bison. When it comes to Super Street Fighter 2, Raza is Ryu with 7 wins. We're gonna jump to the leaderboard, but before we do, once again, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that has shown love and support for this one. You are all greatly appreciated. Alrighty, so this is done and dusted. I'll be reading from bottom to top. So when it comes to the Raza Fight Series, our leaderboard for Super Street Fighter 2 officially reads Guile and Dalsim with 1 win, Vega, Cammy, E Honda, Zangief, Fei Long with 3 wins, M. Bison and Blanca with 4 wins, Sagat and Ken with 5 wins, DJ, Balrog, Chun-Li, and T-Hawk with 6 wins, and finally Ryu with 7 wins. So it is official, Raza is Ryu. There will be one last video regarding the fight series for Super Street Fighter 2. Just a bit of a congratulations to our champion Ryu, and just some final thoughts. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Looking forward to the next game, and always remain retro.